Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High. Call Halor Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Right, and I want to go into just a quick reminder that we fight a spiritual battle, but you can't forget the physical aspect, right? Because we're cleansing our spirit to help us in the physical aspect of this life, right? That's why when you come to earth, you have a physical body. But a lot of brothers get trapped up in only the spiritual aspect, right? And they will rebuke brothers because they feel their spirit is inadequate based on measuring their own spirit against that brother's spirit, right? And a lot of these brothers be out of shape, right? They can't defend themselves without a weapon, right? They don't know how to use a weapon, right? And all of these things are what you call having a balance, right? You're not getting too caught up just in the spiritual aspect where you become over righteous. And you're not getting too caught up in the physical where you draw away from the Most High, right? So let's get some precepts. Because this is
Moomoo is a
why
one-stop smart trading platform for technical investors.
this is why we keep recycling, right? Because of our false balance that we have. It's a lot of that in Israel. Brothers will be quick to rebuke, and they still have things going on behind closed doors. But because of that strong rebuke, you would think that they're actually close to perfect, right? And their balance is still off. And we know false balance is an abomination to the Most High, right? Because they're too quick to let you know about your spirit, right? Let's get Sirach 37 and 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. So what is things that'll be evil for your life that you shouldn't give yourself unto, right? Some of the main ones we know are wicked women, right? Giving yourself to too much drink, right? Being a glutton. The opposite of that being too weak, right? These are things that are evil for your life because it's not profitable for you. It's not gonna help you in your completion and your perfection, right? This is why you can't forget the physical aspect because you're cleansing your spirit for the physical aspect, right? It's part of it, right? All of this work is for the Most High, and the Most High sees the work that you're doing for him, and he blesses you, right? In all aspects of your life. So being healthy and doing certain training regimens so you're prepared for battle, right? If this is a war we're fighting, you don't want to be so weak. Your punches feel like freaking snaps of a finger, right? Or you don't want to be too overweight where you getting tired after two punches. It's called a balance, right? You want to meet somewhere in that middle, right? So these are the things that we're going through this time, right? Of testing so we could come out as gold, right? So we could come out through that fire after this affliction. So we're proving ourselves through this whole time, right? Let's get some more precepts. These freaking ads, man. Let me see. 1 Corinthians 10 and 23, of course, right? All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient, right? All things are not profitable. It's not going to do you any good. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not, right? So, this is the reason why we have to follow the laws of the Most High, because it's going to give everybody one mind. Some brothers will read this and think it's purely spiritual, right? It's purely in the mind, and it's purely in the seat of emotions. This is about reasoning. You have to look at the whole thing, be objective, not subjective, right? All things edify not, because when something edifies you, right, it's going to change your behavior. Behaviors are a manifestation of your way of thinking, which is partly physical, because now you're not going to fight somebody because you know anger doesn't profit you, right? This is both aspects. The spiritual turns into the physical. Cannot forget that. It's not hard concept. It's very simple. So we're getting edification so we can walk uprightly. Period. Let's keep going. If you find yourself constantly annoyed with brothers and you just rebuke, you're on a rebuke tear. I don't know if it's only the brothers. It might be you. Right? Because now you're in a position where nobody can make a mistake around you, right? You don't want to be in that seat because you're going to find yourself rebuking yourself at one point. That's where you're eventually going to end up, right? 1 Corinthians 6 and 12, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any, right? You don't want to be brought under the power of being a masturbator, right? Where it's your routine to jerk off, to beat your meat, right? Is that profitable for your life? That's just an example. That wouldn't be profitable, right? When you God gave us reasoning. The Most High gave us reasoning for a purpose, right? We're not supposed to delete that part of us, right? If I eat this thing, is that gonna give me the result that I want, right? Because it tells you in Proverbs, the mind is a belly, right? The mind consumes all the images and all the affirmations that you give it, right? Subconsciously and consciously. So when you're eating a piece of cake, right, you're subconsciously telling yourself it's okay, even though you consciously want to lose weight, right? Because you know losing weight would probably be profitable for you, right? So subconsciously you're telling yourself it's okay. And the subconscious is what builds the routines, right? So just like it drastically took a change in Psalms 19 and 7 to convert the soul, right? You have to drastically change this truth. Literally makes you become a lawyer. So now you studying the laws, right? You writing the laws, because that's one of the commandments, to write them, right? That was a drastic change. You was not doing that in the world. So we got to constantly stay aware of what needs to be changed, right? So we're not under the power of any of our vices, just to bring it home. Let's keep going. Let's get Romans 14 and 19. And it reads, let us therefore follow after the things which make for peace. Right? Let's follow after the things that make for peace. So if I have a woman, a wicked woman, right? Which a lot of us brothers do, right? Because it tells you that in Ecclesiastes. He found not one, right? And I know she doesn't bring me peace, right? She hasn't committed adultery, but I know she hasn't brought me peace. This is why in Sirach it tells you, give not liberty to that wicked woman. Right? So I'm not going to stay around a woman who's constantly wants me to argue with her, or she wants to compare herself to me. She wants to compete with me. Right? I'm going to give myself space, because that space is going to give me peace. That space is also going to show her that she doesn't have any real power over you. Right? Because time and space is energy. So she's going to see that energy that you're giving her. Right? What is he doing? Maybe he has another woman. Right? Now, you don't have to have another woman. But just the fact that you're going after peace is going to make a big difference on your life. Right? Because we're going through enough as it is. You already have enough enemies in this world, right? Your woman is your enemy at times. Your brother's your enemy. Your family. You go out to other nations, your family. So-called your Israelites on the streets, right? They hate you just for having fringes on and you look different than everybody, right? But you're not there to hate everybody and be angry about it, right? Because you're chasing peace and you have understanding, because you're not living for evil. Because that's what understanding is. You live to be righteous. So you already have understanding. They don't. So if you have understanding and you're getting angry with fools, how much better are you? Right? So follow after the things which make for peace, and things wherewith one may edify another. Right? That's why a Daniel fast is physical, but it's also edifying. Right? I don't need meat like the white man's American standard told me, right? In the food pyramid. The Bible says differently. I can do what the Bible tells me and it's profitable to me, right? There might be left-handed wisdom that may profit you. I'm not saying that it won't, because all wisdom comes from the Lord, right? But I wouldn't know all wisdom comes from the Lord if I didn't search the Bible first. So I'm going to continue to go to the Bible for the answers, right? To see which is not evil for my soul, and not give myself unto that. Right? Let me get Romans 15:1 real quick. We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. Right? How are we gonna be teaching and you out of breath? Right? How you gonna be teaching and you out there in the cold, and you get cold quick because you so damn skinny and small? Right? These are things that can be worked on. Right? So we're teaching people how to do things, but then we'll be unhealthy, right? Or drinking all the time, thinking that, you know, I mean, it don't matter if I drink every week. You know, I still do what I gotta do. I teach my people and I do. How about see how your life goes without drinking so much? Because that's a vice. Now you giving that power over you to calm you down, to be a stress reliever. I mean, you're not gonna admit that, but that's what's happening. Right? We gotta find what's evil and what's being a vice and not give ourselves unto it. Right? So we can have a balance. Right? And so we can be better teachers, better examples, better light. Right? Stop being so quick to condemn everybody. Right? Because I'm making this video and I have stuff to work on. Right? We got to take it easy. There's already enough hardness coming at us. Take it easy. Right? Because if I die for the Most High, I don't want to die with this hard, ungrateful spirit. Oh man, I don't want to. I want to die going in peace because I know I'm going to be back. Right? And it finishes and it says, and not to please ourselves. Being a glutton, that's pleasing yourself. Right? Being a masturbator, that's pleasing yourself. Right? Of course, the scriptures don't talk about these things. So brothers feel like, you know, them gray areas I could work a little bit in there. But it does talk about it, right? Just like you wanted to say verbatim what you wanted to say. Right? Just like when a brother is talking about, you know, niggas in the truth still look like niggas in the world. So brothers is supposed to look like the ancient Israelites, bro. Like this is really how niggas think. They really are. You supposed to be differentiated from the world. I am, but it's just clothes, brother. I still have on my fringes. I have to wear a garment every day so I can please your eyes. Right? That's why Acts 5:29 says we ought to obey God rather than men. Telling me in all the captivities we've been in, the scholars and teachers before us, when they find the truth, they say, I got to put on my garment. No. Agree with thine adversary, right? Use wisdom. You don't have to stand out all the freaking time. Nobody wants to listen to a know-it-all. So you out here, you got a cape on and you got the turban and you looking all Israelite out and nobody wants to talk to you. because you're too out there. You got to reel it back in. Have some balance. Relax. It's a movie. It's going to happen anyway. You got to relax, brother. niggas, niggas really got to chill, man. It's like when a nigga read a new book and now he just acting totally different from what he learned from the book. You have to relax yourself. Chill out. That's what you call having no experience. Yes, the Bible gives you wisdom, and the Bible tells you experience gives you wisdom too. You got to chill out. Right? Once you travel and you see certain people and you go through certain things, it's going to give you a sense of contentment, right? It's going to give you a sense of slowing down, right? You don't have to do so much. You don't have to rush through life. You don't have to rush the prophecies. Relax. It's going to happen. This is Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying. Right? We don't want to communicate corruptly because you don't have a certain skill, or you don't like something about Israel and you see another brother doing it, right? They doing their own spin on things. They not breaking no laws. But because you can't do it, now you making a video with your own little hate in there, and then trying to cover it up as rebuke. And a lot of Israel does that shit. How about just taking a step back and not saying nothing? Just put your hand over your mouth sometimes, right? And let things take its course so that no corrupt communication proceeds out of your mouth. Because you're going to speak on something that moved you, right? That's why we don't move off of emotion. We're scholars in this, so we use logic. I'm not going to wait till I feel a way and then, I got something to say. No, I felt that way. I'm going to let that shit boil a little bit. Let it simmer so I'm sure that this is the way to go. Might take a day or two or a week, and then it might go away. I could tell a lot of Israel's impulsive shoppers. Y'all nigga, whatever it feel, I gotta get that. Like, relax. Delay the gratification sometimes. I rebuked him. I got that out of my system. Brother, you gonna feel the same way very soon. It's gonna happen again. This niggas got no chill. Right? Niggas have no balance. When it's time to turn up, right? Say a nigga come out of camp and just he spit and just throwing shit. When it's time, that nigga needs his ass beat, right? When it's time for that, that's when niggas is chilling, right? When their own brother do something that they don't like, oh, I got something to say. They're activated. They got energy now, right? Because there's no balance. But that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. It reads. I'm going to just get one last precept. It wasn't supposed to be a long video. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. right? It says, wherefore comfort yourselves together, right? And edify one another, even as also ye do, right? That we already do. We got to continue to do that, right? Let me get a precept for that. We got to continue to do that and know that it's a way to rebuke. Let me see. What's that precept?
Imagine this. You buy pasta.
Khan. Sirach 20:1. There is a reproof that is not comely, right? Because sometimes brothers just want to make brothers feel bad instead of comforting them with the scriptures, right? I'm rebuking you because the righteousness is going to comfort you, not rebuking you to make you feel bad, right? Because I can't do what you're doing, right? Because my lot, my portion that the Most High gave me is not your portion. So now I'm upset. Everybody ain't everybody, bro. And it reads again, some man holdeth his tongue and he is wise. Right? Because when you hold your tongue, you're not going to speak. Speaking is part of the physical. With that, call Lord Yahweh Bahashim, Hamashiach Yahushai. Shalom.